trying to figure out what leverage we actually have. What leverage do we have? They control the House, the Senate, and the presidency. It's their government.
That is actually incorrect. It is not their government. It's our government. And it is so frustrating to hear Democrats sounding so defeated, as if there have not been dozens of examples in which the Democrats have controlled the House and the Senate, and Republicans still found ways to block policy that would have benefited the vast majority of Americans. And this is frustrating. It is frustrating because if you can only do your job when your party is in power, that is problematic. Because the question is, why are you even there? Why are you taking up space from another politician who potentially would actually be willing to fight for us? And let's give you the benefit of the doubt. Say there's no recourse that you currently have. What message are you sending to the American people? That we also should just take it laying down? That we should do nothing in the face of fascism? That we should just let these things happen to us? Is that the message?
I'm going to say this and then I'm going to bob and weave, but my whole timeline is people with their multi-hyphenated, marginalized credentials in their bios telling me how much they didn't like Kendrick Lamar's halftime performance. My issue with y'all is that, one, I feel like the thing that you're doing is performative, because in reality, if you actually understood how society is supposed to function, you would know that it makes no sense for somebody to run into a bakery and tell the chef that he needs to be outside fighting, when the way that he's providing for the revolution is by making food for folks to eat. Y'all would not run into a library where a person was providing books, including books that are very necessary for people to understand their rights or their history, and be like, you in here passing out books not gonna do nothing, like you need to be out there fighting. Everybody has their different role. Y'all always have a problem with everything everyone does, when the most important thing that y'all can do for whatever it is we're trying to accomplish is you. Do you. Represent whatever from the place that you're standing. Like, and I always say this to people, the front line is wherever you're standing at. I don't want to have to convince nobody to go put on their gas mask, you know what I'm saying, and grab a bullhorn. I need y'all to represent in the way that is fit for y'all. If his artistic expression with the message is the way that he wanted to show up, let him do that. If you feel like it didn't suffice, cool, but y'all don't feel like anything suffices, because last time I checked, if a celebrity was too outspoken or too down for the cause or whatever case, y'all start saying it's performative. Last time I checked, let somebody utter a single syllable of something that y'all don't agree with. Now y'all crawling up their backside like maggots. Y'all have a problem with everything everybody does. I actually don't need rappers to be my revolutionaries, right? Like, I understand that there is a shortage of radicals, but there's not a shortage of revolutionaries, and they're to your left and your right. But instead of supporting them, platforming them, using that same breath in your lungs to make sure that you're giving them the shine that they need and deserve in order to support the causes that y'all claim y'all care so much about, y'all instead get on this internet and complain. And last time I checked, the people who's really about it don't even be on the internet because they don't want their faces seen. And you could check that. So I'm so sorry. I understand that the internet has y'all perception of what it looks like to be down or to be radical skewed, but like, how is what you're doing any less performative than him getting on a stage at the Super Bowl? What is it about your video that's critiquing his performance that's fixing, solving, saving anybody? Oh, you're playing a field from where it is that you're capable of? Y'all are more alike than you think.
Felt was extremely important because they wanted to populate the Midwestern part of our country, the prairie. And so they offered 160 acres free and clear to people who would farm the land, ranch the land. I guess it was really only good for farming, but they would give free and clear 160 acres to people, and they had mapped out a huge swath of prairie land. And it was white people who took that land. And that's how a lot of our Midwest cities came into being. And they didn't rescind that promise. They gave 160 acres to people free and clear. And all they had to do was stake it out. And this may be apocryphal, but I seem to remember in class hearing how there was a date and they had people lining up and they set off a bell and you could just go and stake out your plot of land and it was yours and you could farm it. And that was the beginning of generational wealth for a lot of white people. A lot of these people came from Germany and Middle European countries, and they got a stake in this country. And here we have enslaved people who were brought over against their will and finally released from bondage and promised for their servitude they would be given 40 acres and a mule, and they got nothing. And they had to start from scratch. Just a thought. Think about that. Think about how you'd feel if that promise was made to you and then you were just blown off. Okay, that's it. See you next time.
Yo, what's up?
What's up, brother? How are you?
Yo, what's good? What's going on?
What's up, man? Where you coming from?
What you mean where I'm coming from?
I'm saying, where are you coming from?
My crib.
Are you guys together? All right. You didn't get into no argument down there, right? You didn't pass somebody argument?
Nah, no argument.
Nah. You sure? Just coming from your house?
Why
Just
you
a knife in the
touching
back?
me?
Get the
A
light
knife?
out, man.
What? Yo, why you touching my camera?
Okay. Yeah,
Why
because
y'all
you have the
touching
flash
me, though?
on.
Put the light
Stop putting the
on.
flash
Alright, but
on.
why y'all
It's
touching
dark
me, though?
out.
We weren't
Relax.
touching you first, so you're
Relax.
putting the light in somebody's face.
What you
Stop
mean? I
it.
got the light
Stop
on.
it. No.
Yo, but why you feeling my egg? You just touched my beef.
Relax.
Yo, what are you... What you mean? What is that, bro?
Stop it. Relax.
Yeah, but what are y'all doing? There's nothing
He's
on
telling
me,
you,
bro.
you're making it worse than what it is.
You don't have to do all that, bro.
Yeah, bro.
You don't have to do all that.
All of what?
Stop it.
Relax. I hope you understand why, man. You slow down. You bang out that pot. You want to make sure everything's hard, all right?
Nah, I don't need no car, mom. Nah, y'all just freaky, mom. Yo, mom. The fuck? Mom, this is weird, mom. I'm out of here, mom.
Okay, so let's talk about what's happening in Washington, D.C. right now. Everything you're seeing is in service of a single central goal. This goal has been in place for over 50 years. It's why Ronald Reagan cut taxes on the rich. It's why Fox News got created. It is part of an ongoing plan by the wealthiest billionaires in the world to achieve a single central goal. And that goal is to destroy the federal government's ability to do two things. One, to regulate corporations, and two, to tax the super rich. And it is in service of this single central goal that for 50 years, issues like abortion and immigration have been weaponized to convince regular working Americans to support the Republican Party. But the fact is, billionaires don't care about immigration and they don't care about abortion. What they're doing is using the weaponization of these issues to get enough support to go in and break the federal government. And that's what they're doing right now. These billionaires have enough money that if they spent tens of thousands of dollars a minute over the rest of their lives, they still wouldn't be able to spend all the money they have. And yet, they want more. So it's time for everyone in America, right, left, MAGA, Democrats, I don't care who you are, to make a decision. Do we really want the Elon Musks of the world to control America? Do we really want to give America up to the super rich? Time to decide.
The craziest part about this is that this woman, no matter how much truth she is stating at this moment in time, you will still have others out there that will be in disbelief. You will still have others out there that don't want to listen. And a lot of them are the exact same ones who will tell Black Americans, stop being victims. Why are you worried about the past? That was so long ago. Who really cares? When in all actuality, none of these individuals out here pulled themselves up by the bootstraps. None of them got it directly from the mud. It was given to them. It was stolen. It was a handout. It was regifted. And all the government did was simply state, well, that's all there is. You're not going to get 40 acres and a mule. We don't owe you anything for what it is that we specifically put you through in the land that we promised and then gave to you and then took back or destroyed. That's not our problem. And it's not those immigrants' problem either. You better figure out something. And that's how generational wealth, on top of many other reasons and hows and whys, but that's one of the main reasons on how it is that a lot of them have this generational wealth. How they can pass down so much money. How they could build all of these businesses. How it is that they can be the kings and the queens in America. and still at the end of the day decide to look down and talk down upon Black Americans as if we didn't do anything, as if we didn't earn anything, as if we are not owed anything for all of the many atrocities, the amount of pain, the amount of hurt, the amount of suffering that we have gone through and still go through at the end of this day. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this video and everything that I stated in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.